Hey everyone, welcome to this new session or new episode in this morning 5 a.m. club learning live sessions. We are a human being and we interact with thousands of the people in our society, in our home, in our profession, and at workplace. We may have the differences of opinions. We may have differences of views, and we may have counter in the feedback how we feel, what we feel. If that feeling distract the other person, and when it comes to a argument, how to win that argument without raising the voice and lose your cool or come to a blow in this new episode or new session. We are going to discuss about or sharing the insights with you how you can win any argument without raising the noise and losing your control and come to blow in this introductory session. What we are covering in whole of this season, how to win any argument, here is that in this whole session we are learning from the insights of Robert Mayer's book, The How to Win Any Argument. Don't raise your voice and lose your cool or come to blow. That are the ideas how you can win the hearts of people, get the peace of mind and the love affection of heart, and maintain the energy of your body when with you are in an argument with someone. How to win that? Whoever does that, you should read and you should know the techniques, the formulation, and the steps of how to win the argument. So, first, what you have to do for that, you have to gain the absolute and total control over that, because winning begins by controlling how you will be interact and how you will manage the other person and the argument at a particular point of time. Then you need to construct a consent zone, because people in the zone are resistant and more receptive to you and your ideas. Because how? Here we have to understand that how and when and views and opinion come to an end argument. That is the point where the people are resistant and they are the less receptive to your idea. So, what you have to do when you have to share your opinions and ideas, you have to take care or construct a consent zone for that. When you create the consent zone, you have to link inside that consent zone, because people buy into trust first, idea second. You have to build the trust with them, and then you can sell your ideas to them. Then, after when you link inside the consent zone, you have to lead inside the consent zone. Then the ball will come to in your court, and you have to play with that by leading, because you don't push, you have to lead there. Don't push the people to follow your opinion, ideas. Lead with the examples. Show them examples how you have done and what you can do for them. So it will helpful for you. create a bulletproof argument means when you are with the argument, you have to create that bulletproof argument that never that can hit you the other person's bullet because winning requires sound rights, reasoning. Then you need to know what to say or when to say and what not to say and why it not to say. You need to know about it because every argument has a slippery slope. You can or other person can fall down anytime and it will be a danger for both the parties in the argument. So that's why you should know what to say, when to say, and what not to say. Then you have to assemble an arsenal of magic words or phrases. If you have to win the heart of other people, you have to use or assemble an arsenal of magic words and phrases because the way to win to the grab, hold and convince the people, you have to utilize some special magic phrases and rewards. That you have to craft a surgical strike questions on the other side person because the other person answers will be your desired outcome. So then hinge in the consent zone because it's now time to slam dunk your win. How you can do that? So you need to throw the Hail Mary because it is never over till it's over. So you need to take care when you are in argument. You need to clearly get it over. Otherwise, it will impact your relation. It will impact your reputation, and it will impact your leading principles. That's why you have to throw the Hail Mary because it's never over till it's over. Then financing consent from family and friends. Why it is important? Because you are in a family that is your social structure. You need to be familiar with them. When you are in argument with your family and friends, that time you need to take care because the long term relationship deserves special care and handling. And finally, you have to win the war of words in writing. You can go with the writing too if even the argument is in official too. Because sometimes writing your argument is the only way and sometimes it is the winning way. And finally, you win the war of word on the telephone because it's becoming harder to travel across town if that is with someone. So that's why you need to take care. In this whole session, we will learn the 13 different principles how you can win an argument without raising your voice, losing your cool, and coming into the blows. So, argument is an art, the program of knowing what to say, how to say it, and when to say. Winning arguments without raising your voice and losing your control or coming into blow is a magical art of argument without bulldozing and browbeating the other guy, without offering an or without offering the offending or without offending and embracing anyone, including yourself, that you will be the master of the winning argument technique. Winning argument with confidence, grace, and ease. If you are ready, the Meyer will show you how in a light, humorous, page-turning read filled with personal and celebrity anecdotes and rewriting or reweighting tidbits. And in this whole session, you will learn the secret of how to win an argument. It's material, it's mental judo where you use the other guy's energy to win. It's a mindset, and finally, it's a charisma. That's how the New York Times describe Bob Nye's winning methodology as how to win an argument. Don't raise your voice and lose cool or come to blow. Always the argument is what? Let's understand the some theoretical definition of that. The argument is a war of words. It is not physical. You have to understand here that it is just a war of word. But this war of word is more dangerous than the war of physics. So what you have to do, think about your last argument you have with a family member, a co-worker, a superior, a customer, boss and contractor, or the IRS. When you convinced the other side had a closed mind, did either side put up the same tired arguments, resisting new facts and information? Did either side overgeneralize their differences, saying you always, you only, or you never listen, you always behave like this, you always do like this, you only did this, and you never care of us, and you never listen to us? So that are the mostly point of arguing and losing your cool. But that time, how you have to use the cool technologies to win an argument. Did either side make threats they really didn't want to carry out? Did either side lose their cool? Did the other side then counter by angrily raising his or her voice? Arguments are a war of words you need to take care. One is their discussion, that may be opinion, countering, and hot discussion. Argument is when it comes to a blow and reason voices, so that is a war of words only. So when we dig each side into they defend their position, resisting change because they are committed to the status quo, or because in their mind there is a justification that support their position, because what they are exactly what they are saying, they have that picture in mind or a justification in that support, they are okay and that is right, or because they can attached to what is comfortable and familiar, or because their good judgment is on the line, they think that they consider that whenever you have to reach to a decision or conclusion, you have to follow the multi opinion things in your argument and discussion. each side withholding information or distorting the information they choose to give. Each side saying only those things they can say well, each side changing from being stubbornly right to being adamantly righteous. Each side relying on their gut instincts and premonition or premonition, and why not? It's always easier to take a stand than to understand. So, true, it is earlier to decide against than to decide for. As the war of world wages on, issues because more complex, outcomes become less predictable, and Robert become more simply simplistic. Or maybe there is silence afterward, the hardest argument of all the refute. And so it is. So in this whole phenomenal session, we will teach you a better way, winning argument without quelling, so quibbling, tussling, warning, wrangling, bickering, raising your voice, losing your cool, or coming to blows. Winning argument without bulldozing and brow beating the other guy, winning argument by finessing rather than forcing. Keep in but or being in the other guy's face. You will learn how to make, manage, and move arguments without offering or embracing anyone, including yourself, how to win argument with confidence, grace, and ease. The art of argument, it is mysterious and powerful. It is the art of having things go your way and the art of getting out of your own way. It is having the move, but it is also having the touch too. You will learn the way of ancient material art master. The Japanese Ju means gentle, do means way. Finally, judo means the gentle way. So argument is the mental judo too, and you will also learn the technique like this. Ju means gentle and do means way. The gentle way is directing rather than confronting to the guy's energies. But what you are about to discover won't turn you into a softie. Winning isn't about pushy pitches, drawing up your ideas or rules and renunciation and rhinestone or having a gift of gab. The winning way is through the get a grip because you need to be in control of how you will be to construct and a consent zone because you need to manage emotions, not avoid them, to link because you need things to feel right so a person will or want to follow your lead. To lead with bulletproof reasoning because what you say needs to sound right and so cinch or kinch consent because in the end you want to trigger action. There are reasons why all of us do what we do. The reasons don't have to be good reasons, they often aren't good. The reasons don't have to be the product of conscious choices, they often aren't. So, This is the session of total masterpiece about being people savvy, understanding what makes people, including ourselves, tick. You will discover what works and what doesn't when you are up against a stone wall, or when your ideas are being rejected, or when you are confronted with hostility and anger. You will learn how to be a uncompromising compromiser, how to finance people who will rather be right than reasonable and stand up to people you can't stand, along with the move for outgunning and outmaneuvering the other guy. You will learn techniques for developing the skills that will dramatically enhance your chances of professional success and the personal satisfaction. Before we get started, here is some ideas I'd like you to meet. Meet the blonde guy with the tuna melt and fries, because duct tape isn't a solution. The table at Ruby's dinner are pretty close together, so I couldn't help overhearing the conversation one table over. The blonde guys with the tuna milk and fries was having a car problem for the last 3 days. The red warning right or light on his instrument panel wouldn't go out. Well, you have got two choices. Either you get it fixed or cover the light with a piece of duct tape. His friend suggested. Relationships, whether brief or long term, whether business, family, or social, are seldom glide path smooth. Life is a venues aren't without potholes. Conflict is an inescapable part of the human condition. The choice is yours. You can keep on driving as if conflict and glitches will somehow magically self remedy, or you can smooth the course by putting into play what you will learn on our journey that's about to begin. So, find yourself a complete chair or comfortable chair, pour yourself a cup of coffee, sit back, relax. By the way, don't go looking for charts, graphs, or boring stats. You won't find any psychobabble here. I have tried to make our journey entertaining as well as informative. Let's move now. If I have succeeded, that you have to go further with our website. That is the www.azutrain.com. Otherwise, you can also check these ideas the way to win.net. Let's get started in this session. Next, how to win an argument. Don't raise in your voice and lose your cool, or come back to blow. This is the theme of this whole session and new episode, and this is all about the argument is the war of word. You need to control over your words, what to say, when to say, and what not to say, and when not to say. You need to learn those techniques, and you will learn these techniques in this whole episodes on the how to win an argument, and without raising your voice, losing your control, or blowing. Come to the blows.